Yo guys, welcome back to another episode of Anime Review. It's season 3, episode 14. One more left after this. And today we're covering the second season of Konosuba. So, in the last episode, I believe we covered the first season, and so now we are covering the second season. So I might not have a whole lot to say on it because I feel like most of what I said in the first video, so it might be turn out to be a little bit of a shorter video. But yeah, let's just crack right into it. First thing I do want to say about this second season of Konosuba is that I did enjoy it more than the first season, surprisingly, because yeah, I don't know. So, for some reason, I just enjoyed it more. Um, so it still has more of just that episodic feel to it, where it's like each episode is something different, but it still carries from the last episode, if that makes sense. So, like, in most shonen series, it's like everything is just like the chain of events, but this more so feels like I always think of like a Western cartoon. By Western, I mean like, um, here in America, our cartoons are just more like each episode something happens that has nothing to do with what happens in the previous episode or the next episode. It's just like a self-contained plot within each episode, if that makes sense. And that's sort of what Konosuba did at first, but then they did do more of like stuff like minor things that would carry over and stuff. So definitely still has like that episodic feel to it. Uh, but like it has like its own self-contained plot within each episode while still bringing in stuff from previous episodes. Um, but yeah, so season 2 definitely had um, so season 1 felt more, like I said, like it had each episode had a self-contained plot, but this season felt more like there was being more stuff pulled, or like another episode would be an extension of the previous episode, if that makes sense. I kind of have trouble explaining it, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, then yeah. Also, the plot lines I liked more in season 2. This goes along with me saying that overall I did like season 2 more. I like the stuff like at the end when they went to like on like the vacation sort of. When they went to go to the village or the other city where the hot springs were. Um, that's one of the things I do remember. I also remember when they were hunting the pack of like weird velociraptors or whatever. Then there was like when they went to like the dungeon. Those are kind of the only episodes I remember. It's been a few weeks. And I also did watch another show, but after this. So, that other show is more fresh in my mind than this is. So I can't remember a lot of the other plot lines, but I do remember that in the second season I did like them more than I did in the first season. In this season also we do see Kazuma and the group get out of debt, which was cool. Because in like the first episode or two, Kazuma is still well, at one point he was in prison, and then he was like being watched by the government because I think that he was working for the Demon King. After like the huge explosion that happened in like the finale of season 1. So yeah, but at one point I forget exactly what they did, but they had gotten super rich, and then like they paid off all their debt and they're like living life lavishly. I think that's the word for it, right? But yeah, that's what happens. And then so for a lot of in the first season they were dealing with a lot of debt, and that was like one of the jokes is like Aqua destroying stuff and they have to pay all that off, and same with like Megamine and stuff. But in this season they don't really have to worry about that as much. And one of the like things is that they're still adventurers and they have to go on like these different missions and stuff, even though they really don't have to, because they're rich and they don't need to get paid. That was one of the main plot points, I guess, of this season. One another thing, and it's just completely unrelated. In the first season, I talked about how some parts in the show, like I said the animation, but more so the art style, was like inconsistently bad, if that makes sense. Like you'd have like a close up and there'd be like a high quality render. I don't know if render is the right word, but like the characters would look really good. And then at some points where they're just like not when they're talking, but and not so more so not really in the background. They're like front and center, but their faces would look really weird and surprisingly low quality, and it was sort of inconsistent. At the time, I didn't know if that was on purpose, or if like if it was on purpose for comedy reasons, or if it was like accidentally bad, or maybe that it was accidentally bad and they want us to think that it's for comedic purposes. I don't know. But in the second season, I noticed quite a lot less of that. Pretty much all the way through, the show looked pretty solid, which I was a fan of. Uh, yeah, and I think one of the best moments in this new season, I say new season, I don't know how long this has been out, um, but the second season is at the end when they fight the slime guy. That was really cool. That has like the opening. First, another thing, this opening for this season freaking slaps. I think it's called Tomorrow. One of the best anime openings I've ever heard. So yeah, that's amazing. And it was playing in the background during this really hype fight. And you got Megumin popping an explosion. It was so dope. I loved that finale episode. Really cool. And speaking of Megumin, Megumin is most definitely my favorite character. Um, she's just always screaming about explosions. She's probably one of the funnier characters. I'd say she might be like, I don't know if she's the funniest character, because Cosma is probably, I mean, he's the main character. He's pretty funny. I mean, I think second funniest character, I think Aqua, she's supposed to be really funny, but she's more so annoying, in my opinion. I'd say the toss up between Darkness and Megumin, who's second funniest. But yeah, I just really like Megumin with her explosion magic. It's just super cool, and she's always chanting. Or when she does like the incantations, it's just like randomly long and just her using like these random like higher level vocabulary words and stuff. It's really funny. I just think Megumin is probably the best character. If not the best, then definitely my favorite character. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the positives of the second season versus the first season. I didn't talk a whole lot about the plot stuff because I mean it's not really a plot driven show. It's almost like a sitcom, so it's like the plot is just like an added thing, I guess, if that makes sense. And I've talked about like the basis of the show already when I talked about the first season of it. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about at all, definitely go watch my review of the first season because I explain more of this better. At least I think I do. So yeah, go check that out. And if not, if that doesn't sum it up for you guys, then definitely just look up the series or watch it for yourself because it is a great series. I would highly recommend it. I can't exactly remember what I gave the first season as far as a score. I think I may have given it like a 9.1 or a 9.2. Definitely rated it pretty high, between a 9 and a 10. But this second season, I'm going to give a 9.4 out of 10. I thought it was really solid and was better than the first season. I think the first season I rated in the low 9 range. So I wanted to rate this a little bit higher, and yeah, 9.4 I think is a pretty good score for this. It didn't blow me away. I mean, it had some really cool moments, and especially I love when Megumin uses her explosion magic. Those moments sort of showcase the animation and stuff. and just the capabilities of just the team working on it. Like, it's some of the most detailed moments in the show. But yeah, 9.4 out of 10, really solid and pretty funny too. At first, it took a minute. In the first season, the comedy wasn't super funny to begin with, but then over time and thinking back at it, it definitely is pretty funny. And the second season, I definitely did laugh quite a bit. So I would highly recommend you guys check it out. It's a great show, and yeah, it's one of the best isekais out there. So I know isekais get crapped on quite a bit in the anime and manga community, but Konosuba is just great. But yeah, that's gonna about do it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I've got a lot coming. I'm gonna try and upload next weekend, maybe on Friday. I don't know. I'm gonna have family coming over next weekend, so I don't know if I'll have enough time. And it's like family coming from back home in Texas, so, and I haven't seen them in quite a while, so I might not have time next weekend. Also, next weekend's my birthday, so I'll try and do a video, but chances are I might not. That's why I was trying to make sure that I did upload today and yesterday. I might even do a video tomorrow. Tomorrow being Monday, I might still do a video just to make up for not uploading tomorrow or next weekend. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.